I think that's just an interesting movement in general, right? Like culture is going so far, I guess in our political spectrum, you'd say to the left, but even just like post Christian, and we're kind of seeing, I think we're seeing some people just wake up to Christianity in general, or just even the idea that there has to be something else because we tried the whole secular thing and now it's kind of devolving.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see, some famous people converting not just to Catholicism but to Christianity in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Russell Brand being a notable one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's almost like these folks wouldn't have seen the truth of Christianity unless you let these far left worldviews get into power a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's almost like here you go, here are the keys, and the fruits of putting these folks in power and these rules create Christianity to flourish in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a dichotomy, right? You see this huge difference. And, I follow all sorts of folks online, and there's this guy named Ian Carroll who has some outlandish ideas. And I'm not saying I support everything he says, but he had this quote, and it really stuck with me, is like, I'm not a Christian, but the world hates Christianity so much that maybe it's true, you know?
Yep.
it's like, and it's like interesting that like even people like just secular humanists are seeing the corruption of the media, our people in charge in our country and the world, and clearly not espousing Christian values,
Mm-hmm.
or wanting to destroy the Christendom that created Western civilization and this freedom we've had. And
Mm-hmm.
they're seeing that, and they're like recognizing like that doesn't work, and they're not Christians, but they're recognizing that, man, like uh, they almost see that Satan's real and Satan's influence in the world is real. But then they have to start realizing, like, oh, so that means I have to explore Christianity. And it's going to be interesting to see if folks can get over that hump. A lot of people, in the intellectual world still or don't want to or feel afraid to.
Mm-hmm.
And, you almost see it with Jordan Peterson a little bit.